Oh, hi there. It's time for another history review. Today I am starting a new campaign. I am starting History Explorers 2021. What is that about? Well, you're about to find out. I'm here in the middle of nowhere. There's some nice cows on this field full of buttercups or something. Very picturesque. They're not historical cows, they're modern ones. I couldn't find any historical cows, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm going to be starting a new campaign that's going to be encouraging people to get out there and explore. So come with me, I'm going to take you on a journey. I've been doing lots of research over lockdown while I've not been making videos to find sites, and I found loads of little tiny things that, they're really significant but no one knows about them because they're just there. I'll show you one of those today. We're going to Wappenbury, which is a really cool place. My aim here is to show you the tools to find places and then how you can show off those places. So in a minute we're going to cut to my office and I'm going to show you how to find these awesome places. I want you to go out, yeah, you watching, I want you to go out, find a place, film it, record it, just post pictures of it, just write something about it, even a poem will do, or a song, I don't care. Something about it that sort of tells me about this place, gives me a couple of facts, and maybe just how that place makes you feel, what that place does for you, you know, just something cool. Painting, or a video, or anything, a story, literally anything. Wait for the old horse box to pass. Let's get back to this and I'll show you what I mean. Hello there. Yes, as I just said, we're going to be scouring the internet and discovering new historical places. How? Well, it's the internet. It's the entirety of human knowledge put into this one big labyrinth we can explore. So, strap yourselves in because it's hacking time. Yes, okay, we're not actually hacking. I think that goes without saying. What we are doing is we're doing research, and I want to give a shout out to these lads, the lads at Enfield Archaeological Society, who give us this free tool. These do volunteering, archaeology, hobbyist stuff in London. But they provide us this free map, and this is a LiDAR map. So if I zoom in, you can see basically it's a light radar, so it creates these impressions on top of OpenStreetMaps, which is like Google Maps but open source, and we can see all the little details in the land, and this is great for finding places. Now, don't know about you, but I'm not a trained archaeologist, so I can't really use that to its full advantage. But that's why this is good. First of all, we can adjust all of the different layers, like so, but I can add layers, and I'm going to add scheduled ancient monuments and listed buildings. They're my favourite to add. These are also good, but generally I use those in niche situations. So, as you can see, tons of listed buildings in Leamington, where I live, and if we look around, these red bits are actually the scheduled ancient monuments. I like to turn them down a little bit, to be honest, so I can see underneath them. So in Warwick, for example, Priory Park is one. We've got the College Garden here. I can't remember what that is now. That's, oh, it's Eastgate, okay. And then obviously the castle, which you can see all the mound and stuff. It's really cool. Now, obviously, we want to find some really cool niche places that we don't know about, but this is basically giving them to us. Like, I can zoom in here. What is this? I know from research, this is an Iron Age fort. Now, LiDAR doesn't cover this area. I will say LiDAR can be patchy. If I zoom out of all the UK for a second, yeah, you can see it's quite patchy. Anyway, so this I know is an Iron Age fort. I want to visit that at some point, but that's not today. There's all sorts of stuff around here. This actually used to be some sort of manor castle thing. In fact, I think that was here. There's all sorts just dotted everywhere. Some of them new, some of them prehistoric. It's really cool. And there's loads of tools like this online, and I'm going to be showing some of them to you guys as time goes on. But I'm going to cover some tools that I've got open here, and we'll go from there. So, what we're focusing on today is Wappenbury. As you've probably seen in the video, I can't remember continuity, blah. But Wappenbury, as you can see, is all in red, but the other villages aren't. So what's with Wappenbury? Well, unfortunately, this tool doesn't tell us much more than, oh, it's an ancient monument here. Okay, well, I can see there's something going on, right? You can see there's, where this is, there's earthworks or something. Well, you're correct there. That's where this tool comes in. So Historic England, by the way, I'm going to be putting the links down below in the description for these tools. Yeah, so this tool here is basically, it's very similar to the last tool in the fact it shows us listed buildings and stuff, but it doesn't have the LiDAR, and it's not as good for searching for random stuff. But if you know where to go, then it'll give you information about it, and it's quite good for showing areas that are listed, which the ones didn't do as well. So this like listed area is the Royal Gardens in Leamington Spa, grade 2 listed, but there's all sorts of stuff around here that you can just click on and have a look. You know, the stink pipes of Leamington, one of my favourite things in the world. Maybe I'll do a video on those. But again, it does have things listed in red, and ooh, what's this? Oh, what is this down here actually? Cunningham Bridge. Oh yeah, of course, I crossed that the other day. Right, so what is this? This is Wappenbury, as we saw. And we can see the listed buildings, Camp Farmhouse, the church, and even the cross, which you'll see in the video. But the main thing we're interested in is big red splodge. Click on that. Wappenbury Cank, Unavilla Hill Fort, a medieval settlement remains. You can then click View List Entry, and that will take you to a page with it on the map and a ton of information on it, as much information as they have. Now, a lot of this is just generic information about hill forts in this case. It depends on what you found. But yeah, basically, Iron Age fort, brilliant, awesome. So that's what we're going to be going to today. Now, if you want to get more detail on this, I do recommend this tool. So this again is a LiDAR map, as you can see. But it has a special twist, so it's not as good as the other maps. I can't see that it's listed, but I know this is Wappenbury, and we can already see, actually, you can see here the ridge that goes around it, and there's all sorts of little ridges and stuff. Basically, there's loads of different, I think I did read that the church, which is around here, is an enclosed and a smaller enclosure. There's all sorts of enclosures. You can also see this here. These look like they might be crop lines. They kind of are. These are ridge and furrow, a remnant of farming in the UK. I want to do videos on these because they're really cool and there's so many of them, but we'll talk about that later. Right now, I'm going to hit this button. And what I'll also do is take a kilometre square of this area, and in a second, bang, it's created a 3D model of the area we wanted. And we can move around this. I will say the controls aren't the most intuitive, but they do work. And we can actually see, we can see that ridge running along here. We can see like the other ridge that kind of goes, as I said, the controls in this aren't the best. You can see the other ridge that goes along there. With this here, you can see this, I think that might be a road, but there are all sorts of like little ridges and stuff. And you can also see that ridge and furrow, which is remnant medieval farming when they used to plough with oxen. Anyway, so that's pretty cool for getting a rough 3D model of somewhere using LiDAR, which can reveal other things to Google Earth. But Google Earth is one of the most awesome ways. So obviously we know Google Maps, we know Google Earth. I don't need to introduce those. Google Earth though, I will demonstrate a lot of areas now, not all, but a lot of areas are 3D models, including Wappenbury. So you can see this is actually a very detailed 3D model of this. And we can even like zoom in on this field here and see those ridges. You can even see like the crops grow slightly differently on them or whatever. But we can see the ridges. Now, when I was there, I couldn't see them as well, but it's cool that I can see them on here. And like we can zoom in and out and see all between the different buildings and stuff. When you zoom in, it starts to look a bit worse, I will say, but it's pretty cool. And fun fact, they actually record this by flying a plane over with like a bunch of cameras strapped to it, which is insane. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And this is the field that had the ridge and furrow in it. You can't really see it on Google Maps. You can see it in real life. Really annoying to get on camera though, because it kind of just blurs into one. But you can kind of see it like a ridge and furrow thing going on. But anyway, that's cool. That is really cool. And it's really cool that I'm able to like show this to you guys. And yeah, so I'm gonna go join you back out in the field, and we'll see you later. So here we are. This is Wappenbury. Wappenbury, I don't really know how you say it properly, but behind me is St. John Baptist Church, which was built 13th century, with some renovations done in like the 14th century. I think like the main tower was built there. I'm gonna have a look around it in a minute and I'll show you some pictures, but that isn't the main reason we're here. It's a cool little medieval church. Do love old churches. There's some of the best records about history, but that isn't the main reason I'm here. Sorry, I've just noticed a rare post box. Maybe I'll get a picture of that. Wappenbury is a really, really old village. I can see here there is a ridge here, just behind it, of earthworks. There's earthworks all over. Turns out this whole village is set in the bounds of an old Iron Age fort, and it's just over the time become a village. Now it's right by the Fossway, which tells us there probably was Roman activity here. I'll assume if it was an Iron Age fort, dating back to like the late Bronze Age, that actually it wasn't originally owned by Romans. It was probably owned by Celts or Bell-Beakers, or you know, the original settlers of the UK, if you can call them that, because they're probably people. So yeah, all around this town or village, and just these ramparts and like earthworks for this old Iron Age village. Oh, hello there. Oh. So, history review. We're still in Wappenbury, and as you can see, there's two ridges, one here, and it's kind of like another ridge further on. This is still checked, it's within the bounds of the Iron Age fort, so as far as I can tell, these are part of it, and I can very much see this ridge here, which I'm not sure you can see as well on camera, but don't worry, there'll be shots. Definitely I could see like the walls of an Iron Age fort here, and that's what this is about. Like, a lot of people would walk past here, I would walk past here and think, it's a hill, whatever. But it was a hill that was put here by man in the Iron Age, well, late Bronze Age of the Iron Age is when they say these things were kind of built. I couldn't find much on this one, as I've said, but that's what this is about. I want it to be that even if you're a historian, even if you're not a historian, you're just doing it for a hobby, even if you know nothing about history, if you found a pebble that's historical, a tree or a hill like this, or maybe you found something really cool, maybe you're going to like an actual significant castle that everyone knows about, I don't really mind. Find something historical, create some work on it, whether it's just a picture, a sentence, a poem, or anything, like a painting or a movie, as I've said. Literally just share your experience of some historical place, whether it's emotional, factual, or artistic, or cultural, whatever, and just post it online. I'm going to have links to Instagram, Facebook, and I'm going to be opening a Twitter for history review. Not a TikTok yet. If people want it, I'll do it, but I can't be asked for TikTok. They're going to be down below. Just use the hashtag HistoryExplorers2021. I don't know how many people are going to respond, but it would be really cool if we had a little community of people sharing all this stuff, and at the end of the year I'll do a montage of it all. Not saying that's going to happen, it probably won't, but I'm going to give it a go. It's not like history review has a huge amount of traction anyway, but I would like to get somewhere, you know, I'd like to do something cool, and I think it's really important we explore the history around us, even the little insignificant things like, oh, a hill that happened to be built by someone a while ago, which this essentially is. Even if it is a cool Iron Age fort that probably was hosted by native Britons and then eventually taken over by Romans. It's still cool, whatever. So that's kind of like where I'm going with this, and I wanted to quickly talk about what's going on in the UK right now with archaeological stuff. Especially in Sheffield University, the courses for archaeology there are being threatened quite a bit. There's a lot of reviews going on with them. I don't know the full ins and outs, but I know across the UK, it's not just in Sheffield, but it's especially Sheffield seems to be the epicenter of it. A lot of fundings are being cut for archaeological study. And that's a shame really, because we live in a country where there's still stuff underground we haven't found. Even down in Sutton Hoo, where the famous Sutton Hoo helmet was found, we haven't actually properly explored the other mounds there. We're trying to find ways that will damage stuff less once we do start digging, supposedly. But the thing is, like, to me, like, even in here, there could be stuff buried under all of this that we don't know. That, you know, under my feet could be old Roman pottery or something, and we wouldn't know. And the longer it sits there, the worse condition it's going to get. So we should be encouraging archaeology, because it's really important that we share the history of who we are and what got us to here. I'm going to link in the description. I know there's a petition going on, but I'm also going to link anything else I find. I'll just put a whole list of stuff. Anything that you can help. If you want to sign a petition or whatever there is there, just go follow the links, have a look, and then we'll see what we can do about it, because I would not want archaeology to disappear or become less of a thing than it is now, because it's very important to me and it's very important to the rest of the UK. Anyway, adventure awaits. Let's go explore more Wappenbury.